Temptation is more than the urge to do wrong. It's that quiet moment when desires step into the room and looks your purpose in the eye. It's the whisper that tests to see whether desire or discipline rules the heart. I am Pastor Tommy C. Cunningham, and welcome to the Eve Effect. Tonight's topic being prepped to fall. The content we binge and the person we become. We're asking a question most of us avoid. What is the content you're consuming right now doing to your soul? Because what you binge doesn't just entertain you, it shapes you, it forms you. You're being discipled by something. Every show is a teaching. Every song, every movie is shaping our desires. Every video is training our expectations. And if you ever notice yourself thinking differently, wanting differently, acting differently after a Netflix binge, this conversation will open your eyes. Stay right here. Welcome to the Eve Effect, author of If Only Eve Would Talk and Christian life coach. And this podcast is all about honest, real life conversations, not sermons, conversations sparked by Eve's story and what it stirs up in us. So whether you've been walking with God for years, you're new to the faith, or just curious, you're welcome at the table. So before we move on, I would like to just give some shout outs to those who decided to come back to the table. Just give me a fire emoji. Let me know that you're here. Drop a fire emoji, your city. Matter of fact, let's do this. Drop a fire emoji or your city and your favorite show. All right, I see a few at the table. Okay. Drop the fire, your city, and your current favorite show. Put that in the chat. Your current favorite show. Okay, somebody said favorite show is The Office. Okay. Current favorite show, Different World. Okay, I remember A Different World. CSI. Okay. All right. Game of Thrones. Ted Lasso. Okay. All right. Game of Thrones. I like that. Someone said Law and Order. Okay. Drop a fire emoji, your city, and your current show in the chat. Law and Order. All right. Right. I like that. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this channel. Tonight we're looking at a little more into this digital world and our modern garden, and how it's shaping your life more than you realize. Your media diet, the shows you watch, the videos you scroll, the music you play, the podcasts you listen to. You think it's just entertainment. You think it's just background noise, just a way to relax, but here's the truth. You're being discipled by what you consume. Now, when most Christians hear the word discipleship or disciple, they think of Bible study, they think of small study groups, They think of mentorship, and those are good forms of discipleship. But here's what we miss. Discipleship isn't just what happens in church. Discipleship is whatever teaches you how to think, what to want, and how to live. Remember, the serpent didn't just need Eve's attention, he needed her time. He needed her to stay in the conversation long enough for God's voice to start sounding unreasonable and his voice and suggestions start sounding normal. That's still how temptation works with us. Most of the time, it doesn't start with a wow sin. It starts with, I'm just watching, I'm just scrolling, I'm just curious. And the longer we stay, the more compromise starts to feel normal. And if you're spending hours a day watching Netflix or TMZ or whatever it is, hours scrolling TikTok, but only minutes reading scripture, who's really discipling you? Here's the big question tonight. If you're not picky about what you take in, you'll wake up one day as someone you never meant to be. And if you're not intentional about the menu, your mind will snack on anything. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Those who are coming in on the Eve Effect, want to welcome everyone to the Eve Effect. There's a question that I have at the bottom of the screen just to get us started so that you can feel comfortable at the table. Again, this is judgment-free. We are looking deeper into this thing called temptation. And we're nailing it with truth. So you can ask your questions on the chat, ask questions. I'll try to answer some of the questions. Of course, my email is there. If you want to email me questions based on tonight's topic, we'll be getting deeper and deeper in this topic called temptation. But starting off, there's a question. Think about the last show you binged, the one you couldn't stop watching. Did you finish the sentence with, after watching that show, I noticed I started what? After watching the show, I noticed I started what? I would love to hear your answers. Put your answers out there and let others know that they're not the only one who are standing against temptation or been approached with temptation or fell in temptation at one point or another. After watching that show, really think about the last show you binge watched. Finish the sentence. After watching that show, I noticed I started. Okay. All right. What happened after you started binge watching the show? Okay. I like this. I became meticulous about things I was doing. Okay. After binge watching the show, you notice something about yourself. After watching it, did you notice any changes in how you think? Any changes in how you speak? Any changes in how you act? Maybe you started cursing more. Or you started seeing relationships differently. Or after binge watching, you felt more anxious or cynical. Or you wanted things you didn't want before after binge watching. Type one word, yes, in the chat. If you notice content changing you, type yes so I know where the room is tonight. If you notice content changing you, type yes. Okay. All right. There we go. There we go. Welcome to the table. Those who are, some are standing around the table, just looking. Just have a seat. Just have a seat at the table. Type one word, yes, in the chat if you notice content changing you. This is how we'll know who's in the room tonight. Right now, who's teaching you more about life? That's a question. Who's teaching you more about life? Is it scripture? Is it screens? Is it your circle? Or you're not sure? Who's teaching you more about life? Who has more input about your life? Is it scripture? Is it screen? Is it your circle? Or you're not sure? Who's teaching you more about life? Some say scripture teaching me more about life. Some will say I get my information from screen time. Some say my circle, my friends and my family, teaching me more about life. And then here's the thing, some are not sure what has the most input or influence about their life. Who's teaching you? Scripture, screens, your circle, or you're not sure? Okay. Many are saying definitely scripture. So there's no one out there that's not sure what's teaching them about life. Okay. So let's go back. I like this. I love that sound effect. Let's go back to Genesis chapter 3 because this is where it starts. Notice after the conversation, Eve started seeing it differently. But what changed? Not the tree. What changed was her lens. The serpent shaped how she saw the tree. And once her perception shifted, her desire followed. Eve didn't fall because the fruit suddenly changed. She fell because the story around the fruit changed. The serpent became her content creator. And what the serpent did, he fed her a new narrative about God, about herself, and about the tree. And once she binged in the conversation, she couldn't see the tree the same way again. That's what our content does. It's not just what you're looking at, it's the story. It's telling you about God, about you, and about what will make you whole. That's what media does. He just changed how she looked at the tree. Wow. Just changed how she looked at the tree. The fruit was still the same. The tree was still the same. What changed was she binged in a conversation with the serpent. Here's a question, not for guilt. Okay, here's a question, not for guilt, but for clarity. This question is not for guilt, but for clarity to sit with before we move on. But it's not for guilt, it's for clarity. Before you press play tomorrow, again, here's the question, not for guilt, but for clarity. Before you press play tomorrow, if someone only knew you by what you watch or scroll, what story would they think your life is about? Before you press play tomorrow, if someone only knew you by what you watched or scroll, what story would they think your life is all about? A lot of people quiet tonight. A lot happening at the table. Before you press play tomorrow, just think about it. If someone only knew me by what I've been watching or what I've been scrolling, what story would they think of your life? Or what would they think your life is about based on what you've been binge watching or scrolling? Okay. Put those answers out there. Put the answers out there so that we can talk. Okay. Remember, this is just real conversations. No judgment, just real conversations so that we can notice it, so that we can nail it with truth. If we don't notice it, we can't name it. And if we can't name it, then we can't apply truth to it. Wonder what they would say if they only knew you by your scroll or what you've been watching. Just like the serpent, media shapes desires. Have you noticed that you don't just watch content? That content teaches you what to want? You're not just watching it, it's teaching you what to want. Here's how it works. You watch home renovation shows and then suddenly your house feels inadequate. Now you got to start fixing some things in your house because you've been watching a home renovation show. Or you watching travel vlogs and suddenly your life feels boring. Now you got to start traveling more. You watch romance dramas and suddenly your relationship or your marriage feels disappointing because you've been watching a lot of romance dramas. Or you watch luxury influencers and suddenly what you have feels like it's not enough. Because you don't just watch content. Content teaches you what to want. It's training you, your desires. It's teaching you to want what you don't have. It's teaching you to crave what you don't need, to feel dissatisfied with what God gave you. All right, let's just do this. Use one of these words based on this month's screen life. If you just look at this month's screen life, I want to use one of these words. If you look at this month's screen life, has it been intentional? Has it been random or escaping? Use one of these words based on this month's screen life. Has it been intentional? Has it been random or escaping? Like the serpent, media normalizes behaviors, just like what the serpent did. It normalizes behaviors. This is the dangerous one right here, because the more you see something, the more normal it becomes. Wow, I think I shook the table with that one. The more you see something, the more normal it becomes. Even if you don't agree with it at first, because exposure makes it familiar. And familiarity breeds acceptance. Even if you don't agree with it, at first, the exposure makes it familiar. Wow. Which breeds acceptance. Let me show you how this works. This is how it works. You binge watch shows where everyone's sleeping around, and then all of a sudden, casual sex starts to feel normal. Or you watch shows where lying is clever, then deception starts to feel acceptable. Or you can binge watch shows where revenge is justified, and then unforgiveness starts feeling reasonable. You watch shows where affairs are romanticized, and then all of a sudden, infidelity starts feeling understandable. It's called being desensitized. The first time you see something, you're shocked. But the 10th time, you're used to it. That may be why the temptation comes around more than once. That may be why temptation only comes around more than once, because the first time you see something, you're shocked. But the 10th time, you're used to it now. And the 100th time, you don't even notice it anymore. And that's exactly what the enemy wants. He wants you numb to the temptation, which makes it easier to fall. Wow. That's good. Can I get some thumbs up? Let me know you're still here. Or fire emoji or the eye emojis. Let me know that you're still here. Don't run away from the table. So it's numb. so temptation will be easier. So it stops bothering you. So it stops convicting you. So it stops feeling wrong. But here's the thing, what changed? Media began to normalize it. Because the more you see something, the more you're familiar with it. The more you're familiar with it, the more you will accept it. And here's what we don't know. We don't know how many times Eve may have walked past that tree. We don't know how many times she had a conversation near the tree. First time shocked, I'm sure, after God said, do not touch the tree and all that, they were aware that, they were shocked. No, we definitely don't want to touch that tree. But the 10th time, the 100th time, it begins to normalize to the point you're familiar with it, which is why it's introduced in media, which is why it's introduced in the 2nd episode, the 3rd episode, the 4th episode. After a while, it's normal to you to see what's going on. And like the serpent, media trains expectations. Content doesn't just show you what is, it shapes what you expect should be. Okay, here's an example. You have a perfect romantic sitcom. You expect your relationship to feel and be exactly like that. Because content doesn't just show you what is, it shapes what you expect should be. So you're looking at all these perfect relationships and you expect your relationship to feel and be exactly like that. You watch people get rich quick and you expect success without any sacrifice. And when real life doesn't match what media taught you to expect, you feel cheated and you start resenting what God gave you. That's what happened with Eve. Because content told you it's not enough. Wow. So the conversation at the tree is more because the serpent binged in the conversation with her to make Eve feel like what she had was not enough. So how do you take back control of your media diet? How do you take back control? How do you take back control of your media diet, knowing that the binge watching is trying to get me caught up in being familiar with what I see, to normalize it, and it teaches me to want what I don't need. How do you take back control? Here's the three questions. Actually, these are 3 audit questions I use with my coaching clients. Here's one. Is this pulling me towards God or away from Him? Am I more patient after watching this, or am I more irritable? Am I more kind or more critical? Am I more content or more envious? Am I more at peace or more anxious? It's a question you're going to ask yourself. Another question is this normalizing temptation, or is it exposing its traps? When I watch these shows or this content, is it normalizing temptation for me, or is it exposing temptation's traps? Does this show that I'm watching make it look cool to fall, or does it show the cost in falling? Because some shows we watch make it feel cool or look cool to fall. As you're watching this or listening to this tonight, here's the real question. Here's the real question. My third question, which I will call the top question. Is this training me to seek God's heart or compromise? If it's training you towards compromise, it's the wrong teacher that's discipling you. It's the wrong teacher that's discipling you. And we never looked at the binge watching, that while I'm watching it, it's trying to direct my desire. So the conversation had to be long enough for Eve to feel like it was normal discussing something that was forbidden. She binged so in the conversation that she was willing to compromise what she already knew. Here's what I want you to remember. At the end of the day, you're being shaped by something. And you have to make sure it's worth becoming what you're being shaped by. No, you're always in somebody's classroom. The real question is, what content is teaching you how to live? That you are not just watching content, but content is actually watching you back. The question is, into what kind of person? What kind of person is it causing me to be? Because I'm not just watching content. I realize now content is watching me back. So it wasn't just that Eve was looking at the tree. The serpent was looking at Eve. And the more she got familiar with the tree, the more it normalized what she was told to refuse. Something to think about. Can I get a thumbs up? Subscribe, share, like. Make sure you hit that share button. Make sure you like the channel. We got so much to talk about at this table on the Eve Effect. So much that we want to unpack and just enjoy this conversation. Give me some more thumbs up. Let me know that you're enjoying the conversation at the table. I'm Thomas E. Cunningham. Thanks for being honest with yourself tonight. And don't forget to like and share. But we're here every Thursday at 8 p.m. Until then, don't forget to notice it, to name it, and to nail it with truth.